All right, so today I'm going to talk about stance and how big of a deal it is and why most people struggle and are frustrated with their accuracy, and it's not their firearm. It ends up coming down to a really bad stance. So always think about one thing with a firearm. It always wants to put you on your butt. So what I mean by that is the more I shoot and the faster I shoot is the more that gun wants to kick me back. So you need to add a little bit of your body tension into that gun. And what do I mean by tension? I don't mean squeeze the gun harder. I don't mean throw your body into the gun before you shoot. You just need to stay into that gun, chest forward, shoulders over knees, so that that firearm can always repeat, and basically your arms are the only things moving. So what you're gonna see a lot here is I'm gonna give you a couple of different examples. I'm gonna give you a terrible stance. I'm gonna give you a little bit of times, but I'm also gonna give you some accuracy issues. So what happens most of the time is most people are going to shoot as fast as they can, and the gun is never gonna repeat back to zero. So what ends up happening is the gun comes up, and then it starts to land, and then they stop it high, and then they pull the trigger anyway. And the reason why it's stopping high is because the body gets kicked back, and then they have to force the gun down, and they don't wait for the time. All right, let's get a couple. Here we go. I am going to just run, I will run just a couple of splits here. Let's do 10 rounds onto the left paper. So my left paper is gonna be my bad stance. I'm gonna stand straight up, guns in hand, and I'm just gonna shoot 10 rounds. So you're gonna really see this in my body and how I go up and down a lot. Here we go. So you're gonna see on paper, I'm pretty high on the black paster. I'm also having to really shoot pretty slow. I'm about 15 yards from the target. You're gonna kind of see where it started to, as I stopped really kind of controlling my body, the gun started kicking left and right. Total time was a 26, 41, 61, 39, 58, 42, 223. That was when I had to like completely reset my body. A 44, a 63, and a 42. So you can kind of see I'm still in that pretty close to that half a second range, maybe a little bit higher. So now I'm gonna shoot 10 rounds, and I'm just gonna really lock my stance in, same exact position, same exact distance, but I'm gonna really lock and be a lot more aggressive pushing my body forward into the gun. Here we go. Stand by. I think that was 10 shots. Let's see where we're at. 10 shots. So a 33, 38, 48, 40, 43, 37, 44, 41, 43, and a 39. As you can tell, I'm extremely consistent right there with that time. And I have basically a golf ball size hole sitting right above the pacer. I think I had one, nope, that was an old hole on the paper that I just didn't paste all the way. So, I mean, it's sitting in there just like that. It's really good. I got about probably a 2-inch gap. If I focused a lot more on my actual grip, I think I would have done a lot better. So I'm gonna show you where the real issue is when you shoot, the gun comes up and then your body has to adjust. So I am going to paste, and I'm going to try to get black pacer accuracy on the left side, and I'm gonna show you exactly what happens when I try to shoot the gun with bad stance. I'm gonna do 10 rounds again, and this time I am going to try to force myself to be guaranteed spot into that black paster. Doesn't matter how long it takes, I just need a completely stop dot in the black paster, but I'm gonna do it with a really bad stance. So what's gonna end up happening, what you should see, is the gun's gonna go up, and then I have to force my body down. So I'm gonna try to be stiff, but I'm gonna stand up straight, okay? So I'm not gonna let the gun really control me, but the gun's gonna go up, and then I'm gonna have to force it back down to the zero. Here we go, stand by. All right, so I'm extremely happy with that accuracy, so I feel like I can't get any better accuracy than that. I have one maybe a little bit to the left, and that's because I tried to overcorrect. So once I try to stop overcorrecting and just let the body bring the gun back, it's really hard because I want to shoot the gun. So every time I wanted to shoot the gun, I was way above by 2 inches above the black pacer. So my split times were 55, which was my first shot, a 139, a 146, 148, 119, 154, a 124, a 122, a 123, and a 125. We're talking a quarter of a second, or 1 1/4. Everything was over 1 second on that except for my first shot because I was already on the target. That's how long it took me to get that type of accuracy, because the body is making me go up and go down. The more I pushed into the gun to make it faster is the more the gun overreacted and wanted to come outside of that black pacer. Again, this is black pacer accuracy mindset. So if I want to do this at speed, the gun's gonna have to, I'm gonna have to start pushing the gun around a whole lot with my upper body. That's where it becomes an issue. I don't want to have to do that. I just want the gun to return to zero. Basically, my arms, hands, and chest are locked. All I'm doing is letting the gun just kind of recoil back into that zero. So now I'm gonna do the right target. We're gonna do the right target with a great stance, gonna lean into the gun, and I should be able to have black pacer accuracy a lot faster. Here we go. Stand by. Little bit low on a couple of those, but that was me, not the stance. The stance was perfect. I'm just aiming just a little bit low on that black pacer. Total was, let's see, second shot, 48, 55, 50, 53, 50, 54, 47, 53, and a 50. So again, black pacer accuracy, looking for a super tight group, and I absolutely could shoot that faster. I have literally a golf ball size just below that black pacer. I have the same exact thing on the left target, twice the time. Stance is so important. And if you focus on your stance and work your way from your feet all the way up to the gun, and always focus on getting back to that proper stance, you will see a massive difference in your accuracy and your consistency. It's not always the grip. 99% of the time, it's how you stand and hold the gun. If you have any questions, hit me up in those comments, and I'll see you on the range.